Hey everybody, Konaji here. Welcome back to Formula 1 2019. It's time for Mexico. Just 4 races to go. Mexico, Coda, Interlagos, and then Abu Dhabi. We got 20 points to make up on Sebastian Vettel, our teammate, to try to win a championship here. And it has been a wet qualifying session. I did manage to make it to Q3 with relative ease, but Seb has had the better times. And I have had to go into parts conservation mode because look at this. I got a lot of worn parts in the pipeline here. 4 races to get a 60% worn ICE through. So I've been using it only sparingly. I actually just put it in for Q3 basically. And then I'm on, I believe. No, I'm still using the good MGUK, but I'm on the older MGUH. I'm on an older energy store, I'm on a slightly older turbo, and old control electronics. Because we gotta get this stuff to last to the end of the season, or we're gonna be in big trouble. I'm gonna go out on track now and put in a couple laps here in the rain to try and basically just get a good delta lap together. Need to be somewhere in the high 25s, low 26s to feel good, but it's a lot of work around here in the rain. Hulkenberg already in the 26s. I haven't really looked at the forecast to see if it's changing, but start of the weekend they were like, no, drizzle, 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 drizzle for all of qualifying, and so far that has been the case. Slow it down into mode 4 and see what we can do here around one of my favorite tracks. Slightly frustrating of a track since they nerfed it a lot. It used to be a lot more fun before the stadium section was added in, but it's a super cool stadium section for fans, so I understand. It just really, I feel, sacked a lot of fun out of the track, driving wise. But what you gonna do? What you gonna do? This section is super frustrating in the rain because it's extremely slow. Oh, got onto the paint there. Not good. Yeah, I was just sliding through that whole section, which is usually where my car is good, so that's a double whammy. Then I messed up in the place where I usually make up time. I will probably take some pylons out at some point here. This is probably only going to be like a 26. No, it's a 25.9. That ain't too bad, really. That ain't too bad. Luckily, this is one of those tracks where you can kind of slip slide around and get away with it. But I probably will give it another try just to see if I can do a little better, because I have done better than that, and so has Vettel. So we'll see. Trying to give it a good run to the straightaway, but I did not do a great job at it. Not really losing much in the way of time, so it doesn't matter. Trying to be a little bit more brazen down here. Use a bit more curb. That's what you really gotta do to get time through here. Didn't really hit the exit though, so gained a little, lost a little. Don't overdrive it here. Once again, gaining a little here and there, but then losing it. I really think this is where there's some time in it. Just hanging it out. That's what you gotta do. Absolutely hanging it out. That was good for a purple sector right there. Bit slow into here. But not too bad. Wasn't the Sector 3 that I wanted, but it might have been good enough. 25.6. Pretty good effort, I think. I'm pretty proud of the amount that I've improved at driving these cars in the rain over the course of the season here. Learning how to really be patient with the throttle, especially with no TC. So yeah, no matter what, no matter where we end up, pretty proud of that.
Formula One may have been absent from Mexico for 23 years, but after 2015's triumphant return, it was as if we'd never been away. In Mexico, a Grand Prix is more than just a race. It's a celebration of speed and of bravery. There's nothing quite like the atmosphere in the stadium today. They'll be drowning out the cars with their noise as they make their way through on lap 1. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. A fantastic effort from Charles Leclerc yesterday puts him on pole, with Sebastian Vettel starting alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Red, Raikkonen, Nico Hülkenberg, and Verstappen, Perez, Butler, Albon, and Valtteri Bottas, Gasly, Ricciardo, Lando Norris, and Hamilton, Grosjean, Kubica, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Lance Stroll. Sainz, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty, and Kevin Magnussen fills.
But what does he fill? We'll never know. We'll never know.
We need a good result today if we want to catch Vettel in the Drivers' Championship.
Well aware, Jeff. Well aware. Ooh, yes, I like you. We have strategy options today. So the default is a 2-stopper. They're saying we can do a 1-stopper, and I say, heck yeah, let's do a 1-stopper. I hope Vettel doesn't, so we can have some kind of difference between them. As you saw, he did somehow out-qualify us again, and actually, an Alpha out-qualified us. Leclerc on the pole, which is interesting. We'll see if they maintain that pace in the race. Yeah, but let's try this 1-stopper and hope that keeps us out of traffic and gives us an advantage over Seb to try and keep chipping away at those points. All right, this is a huge run down to turn 1. I was sleeping a little bit, but the car got away really well. Holy cow, Kimi got away amazing though. I'm gonna try and get back to the outside. Kimi goes to the outside. Whoa, I got someone next to me. There's Verstappen. Get him, Kimi, get him, get him, get him, get him. Dang it. Really wanted more cars in between Vettel and the lead, but this wasn't meant to be. Oh, Kimi seems a little off the pace right here. Okay. Pretty sure that's the first time I've ever seen an AI pull over and let me by. Ever. In this game. That was insane. I guess he just wasn't prepared to deal with me trying to pass there. Note to self, send virtual Kimi Räikkönen flowers. Because that was very, very nice. Alright, how quick does Vettel run down Leclerc, though?
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the ICE. Be aware we will start to see a loss of power.
See how much he closed in there. I gotta be careful with locking up tires. These tires gotta go a long way. This is where I've been really, really good, is through this set of turns. Especially on new tires. Hey, you can see how much I eat into them right there. Vettel not necessarily closing right up on him through that section. He's still very much so within drafting distance, though. The difference is, so am I this time. This could get 3 wide down by turn 1.
Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled.
It isn't yet. Alright, Vettel gets the move first, unfortunately. And pretty easily done. Worried he's going to get away a little bit here. So I'm going to get trapped behind Leclerc. Oh boy. Turned in just a wee bit too early there. Kind of messed me up for this whole section. Here we go. Where my car is really good.
We're looking at some gearbox wear. Try to keep your number of shifts to a minimum.
Can't do that, Jeff. Curious if Leclerc is within DRS range here. This could get real interesting. Looks like he might have been too far. He wasn't. Hear them? Oh boy, did I ever drive it down into there. That was full send. Depending on how this goes, this could be quick lap of the race. Quick lap, fast lap, whatever. Works. I don't speak words for a profession or anything. Pretty good. Wasn't quite the perfect run I've had through there before. And gotta be careful with those lockups. Alright, that was fast lap for now. Jeez, look at the distance we put on Leclerc there. Look at the speed. He's got to be running that thing in max modes or something. Max Modesley. Because I was on DRS and not really catching him. DRS and a draft. The only way I can think of him being able to do that is running the thing in mode 4 and full rich. Still so much better through there. Trying to save me some ERS, DRS, energy, whatever it is these days. Save some power. We used quite a bit to get up to him. Means I can take it kind of easy through here though. Like, not really pushing it as hard. If this ends up being that we're both on a one-stop strategy, I could easily see this turning into a race-long battle. I'm sure would be heartbreaking for you viewers at home. No, you don't want to see that. All 7 of you that are watching me instead of Lando. Alright, pretty much full battery power now. Most importantly, I'm keeping him under pressure. I would expect him to be pitting around this lap if he is two-stopping. But I imagine he'll one-stop. If I can do it, he can do it. Just judging by my tire temperatures, though, I'm going to say I'm not pushing the car very hard, which is good. Means we should be able to make it through this run on softs pretty easy. It's nice that we get to start on news instead of used because of the rain. That was news, no D. No D in that. No U either. Alright, here we go. The start of the Draft Fest, the DRS Fest. He's just gonna fight it till the bitter end. Well, hopefully I'll make him...
We've lost access to one of the gears. We've lost one of the gears due to a fault.
Well, that's annoying. 4th gear, huh? This transmission's not really that worn. Oh, it's 5th gear. Okay. It's only the gear that I use through my best section of the track. We're fine. Actually, I hold 6 through here, so we're good. No, that's fine. Just check the brakes right in the middle of the turn for me. That's cool. Wonder if his fronts are starting to go or something. Starting to see a lot of...
Engine is showing small signs of wear. Power output will be down.
A lot of signs of him slipping and sliding around. Yeah, I'm going to the inside. No, I'm not. Boy, that is hard to do, getting on the brakes without a gear in there. You heard how much I over-revved the engine. I gotta remember to slow up my shifts a little bit. This is where I gotta try and pull away. Honestly, if it were any gear, 5th seems to be about the ideal one to lose, because there's not a huge gap between 4 and 6 versus, like, I think it's 3 and 4. There's just a massive gap there in the gearbox. Of course, you can't change gearing in these cars anymore. Tires are starting to get a little slippery, and he stays out. Okay. Oh man, it's only lap 10. I finished my drink. That ain't good. Is the gear back? I feel like the gear was back there. I'll know now. It is. Okay. Gonna help a little bit. He's gonna go for it here. I'm just gonna let it happen. I feel like There's no point in defending from that. Stay right on him. I'm gonna continue to kind of take it easy on my car. I keep seeing these little puffs of smoke off his tires, like he's locking them up on entry and really pushing the front end. Of course, I'm not. You didn't see anything like that out of me. This is a long run on these tires.
Okay, we're definitely seeing some signs of abrasion on your tyres now. They should still be good to run on, but they won't be at their best.
Seeing a little bit of abrasion in your attitude, Jeff. Okay, easy now. Easy now. I think the tires are starting to get a little unhappy, but I don't think we have too long to go here. The biggest reason I'm saving fuel and energy is for this. I knew it was going to be an offset in our pit stops. He gave me DRS for it, which is not wise on his part, but I don't know there was much he could do. So on these very worn tires, I need to go out here and try to run a qualifying lap. Double DRS, in fact. It seems a little early. He might be on the two-stopper even. Which will get very interesting. Because I haven't gotten my pit window call yet. At least I don't remember getting it. I think I'm going to like 14 or 15. I mean, we noticed he was kind of struggling with the tires a bit. It's possible.
We're approaching the pit window.
All right.
You'll be on the mediums.
I think that'll mean not this one, but the next. What we really need is for Sim to have come out in a little bit of traffic. Now, one thing he will be able to do here is probably steal fast a lap if he's not in traffic. He's already P2, so yeah. Probably gonna happen. Unless he doesn't have enough DRS to do it like I did. And you can see the fall off of the tires. I'm losing a second and a half a lap to him right now. But if I only stop once and he stopped twice, we can overcome that easy. A lot of butts in there though. I would title this episode "A Lot of Butts in There," but I want my 75 cents from YouTube. This lap, I think? Or one more? Seems like one more. I'm glad I took care of these tires. seen Seb pop up with fast lap yet. Good. I wish he was telling you what tire he was on.
The energy store is getting warm, reducing our overall capacity. The more charge you hold, the faster that capacity will drop.
Everything's gonna be worn for the rest of the season, Jeff. I need you to just chill about it. That's just how it is. So if you think about it, 17 seconds is how long it takes to get through pit road and do your stop. So we have to just not lose 17 seconds
This lap, so push now.
over the course of 3 laps, and I think we've done that already. Now granted, I will go longer on the softs in the end as well, but I don't think it's going to be as big a difference as it is now. I still think this was the right call. It's going to be a little bit infuriating seeing him rocket ahead like multiple seconds on us. So we got to think about the bigger picture.
Box, box, box.
I'm ready for it. These tires are ready for it. Man, I wish I could go run and get a drink in the time of this pit stop, but I don't think I can.
Complete, go now.
So there goes Seb now. That's how much he undercut us. And here comes Leclerc, also on that strategy.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
So it looks like we'll have a few cars around us here. Try and get into Max's draft here a bit. I'm also around a bunch of cars that are on softs and I'm on mediums, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. Especially since their softs aren't brand new. But in the end, that doesn't matter to us. We're not racing them for position, we're racing Vettel for time. That makes sense.
Rain in around 10 to 15 minutes.
You what? The forecast was clear. You what? There was no rain in the forecast for the race. Ever. All right. So that's a new variable in this one, huh? Great. That's great. That's just great. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Strategy has already been made. I think the only thing we have to hope is that if the rain does come, it forces them to do 3 versus my 2. Otherwise, it just equals out all of the advantage that I had on tires. Boy, did I ever just have to stab the brakes there. They are so slow through that section. Now that I know the rain is possibly going to interrupt this race, I feel a lot more urgency to get around Max here. Got the job done there. This may turn into a heads-up race. And if that's the case, I need to be ahead of Vettel before the rain hits, so I've gotta go. Like, I've gotta go. Otherwise, it's gonna be that situation where I'm stuck behind him on pit road, and that's a situation where we just lose. .72 Leclerc. I wish it was to Vettel. It's 2.7 I can do. Well, he's not terribly far ahead of him. It all depends on how long.
Some information on signs. They are out of the race.
All right, no safety cars, please. That's the last thing we need right now. I feel like I've got fast lap on lock. These mediums are not anywhere in the ballpark as fast as the softs.
Caution, caution.
That gave me a frighten. This is way off track, so we're all right.
Green flag.
Having a hard time really making up any time on these cars on softs. It's going to take more laps than this, I think. Hopefully within one or two, theirs will start to slow down a lot more than mine. I think their softs are even older than these. So, fall off should be pretty severe. Should be. Haven't had any more updates on this inclement weather. Running maximum aggressive lines through there. It is real hard to keep up with those softs right now. I need that changeover to happen real soon, or I feel like I'm in trouble. A lot of drafting and DRS going on behind us, keeping them real close to us. Imposing a little bit of extra pressure I didn't need.
Okay, Jeff here. You're causing unnecessary wear to your transmission. Try to take it easy, or we risk losing it.
There's nothing I can do, Jeff. There's literally nothing I can do. Alright, did we close the gap at all this lap? Barely. So this might be a tipping point, though. Once we start to close the gap, it should start to get, you know, pretty rapid from there. Saw how much those tires fell off on our first run. Versus I think my car is actually getting a little quicker as the run goes on. So I would suspect...
Expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Alright, that's again 10 to 15 minutes. So we should be good then. They should have to stop for their other set of tires before the rain hits. Yep. There he is.
Sebastian is in the pits.
They both fit. Okay. So this will be our gap. I'm a little worried that I might have put too much pressure on these tires, but we have a huge lead. We could really afford to take it pretty easy. But if the rain does hit, we want to have a nice big lead to be able to stop for the other tires if necessary. I'll be curious what the gap first to second is once it cycles through. Losing the front end right there. Definitely tell the two stoppers lost a lot of speed on this lap. That's why they went ahead and pit now. The advantage of that second set of softs was gone. Alright, they are pitting now. So that gap's kind of not real, if you will. I'd like to try and minimize shifts, but I really don't know if that's even truly how it determines transmission wear. I have a feeling it's just runtime based. Like if I save 3 or 4 shifts per lap, I don't think that's really going to give me any less wear. But it's impossible to know exactly how they calculate these things. It's also really hard to like save shifts per lap. Alright, so let's see what this gap is. Is it like 17 seconds? Because that would put us really, really comfortable. 10 seconds. That's not really, really comfortable. That's not a full pit stop's worth of comfortable. Now the good news is we won't have to wait on Vettel on pit road. Like that's just not going to happen. The other good news is there's only 11 laps left in this race. 10 to 15 minutes could mean the very end of the race. could mean no, not pitting at all. Which may be why it was telling me the forecast was good, because they knew the rain wouldn't actually impact our race distance. A little part of me wishes I had gone for the two-stop strategy, just so we could battle wheel to wheel with Vettel instead of trying to out-strategy him. But the bigger part of me is, I want to win the championship. So he's probably eating that gap down now, yeah, about a second a lap. But that will go away as the tires equalize. So it may, on the surface, look like, hey, he's going to catch you by the end of the race. But the reality is that probably won't be the situation as the laps unfold. We have car out, Bottas.
Yellow flag.
This is the time of the season when you're going to see a lot of DNFs. People have really started to push their cars. Same spot.
Okay, clear.
Same exact spot. It's looking like lap traffic is a distinct possibility in this one. Nothing to worry about there. Nothing to worry about at all. 7.8, yeah, not eating into it. What I would consider to be scary fast, but he is eating that gap up. I'm also not running the car full tilt. Versus I'm sure he is. Pretty good line through there. I think it's actually getting to the point now where the car is getting a bit lighter. And that's helping out my times. Helping to get the balance a little bit better on it. And that lap was a little bit better. 7.5, yeah, you can see the differential has slowed. He might still get close by the end of it, that's true. But I don't think he's going to be there. Sorry, my voice has been through hell this week. I'm just trying to survive. Curse you, Universe Sim, and making me want to do 6-hour streams. Curse you! Also curse running out of drink halfway through the race. I need to put a cooler next to my desk, apparently. Alright. How we doing? How we doing? Laps are clicking away. Fuel is starting to look a little bit tight. 7.0. We did gain quite a bit.
I don't think we're far away from some rain. I'll keep you updated as the conditions change.
Not far away does not help me. I need time. I need laps. I need an engineer that knows what he's doing. Using a bit of... Oh, no! My fast lap! Oh, no! I mean, I guess it helps if it's neither of us, but... Darn guy pitted for softs at the end of the race, didn't he? Well, frick. Thanks, Hulkenberg. Thanks a lot. I needed that point, you know. I'll remember this. I'll remember this. I don't know how I'll get you back for it, but I'll remember it. Grabbing lean mix there cost me a bunch of time. That might not be worth doing. Try and make some up through here. I know the car can do it. Any update on this rain situation, Jeff? Anything I should know? You guys just having margaritas? What's the deal? .9 is good. That's a good gap for what wasn't a great lap. Pretty good on fuel at this point. As long as I don't use rich at all. A bit worried about this lap traffic. Pack of 3 cars. Hoping they're on soft tires though and are clicking off good times. There's the first drizzle. First signs of rain are upon us. Not the good. Still quite a few laps left. Seems like it's a bit heavier down at this end of the track, so we'll have to keep that in mind that it's approaching from down here.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
We have 5 minutes left in this race. And change, really. Oh boy. You get that feeling like your stomach and your tongue have somehow joined the same place? And I'm pretty sure that's not how anatomy works.
Means you've lost one of the gears. Saying you have lost access to one of the
fourth.
gears.
Fourth is not good. Not good at all. Not that any of them are great. But like I was talking about earlier. Yep. That is a huge gap, 3 to 5. if I didn't have enough to worry about with the rain.
Okay, be careful on those slicks. These conditions are making the line a bit greasy, but we're still nowhere near the changeover point.
Yeah, I didn't imagine we were. Oh yeah, look at the time lost that lap. Oh no. After what I think, personally, was a perfect drive for me. Seeing this one slip away from us, unfortunately. There's too much time left in the race. And he's making up huge strides now. To try and really push it through areas where the car is good. Yeah, look at how it kills me in the brakes here, though. Sorry, Pylon. Not really sorry at all. Come on, Gear, come back. I need you. This is my time of need, Gear. It has not come back. It's back. It's back. Let's go. Fast as we can now. Fast as we can. These are barely rain conditions. They're not even disabling DRS. I do think, however, that gives advantage Seb because of how the AI work in changing conditions. I'm very worried about this lap traffic playing a factor too. I've had run-ins with them before. 2 more laps, 2.7 seconds. This is going to come down to the wire. One slip up by me and I'm ruined. It's gonna be wheel to wheel.
Light rain will stay with us for at least 20 minutes, maybe more. Light rain is here to stay.
Damn it. Jeff, why do you give me information in the worst spots? Absolute worst spots. I need this DRS right now. Do they still do that? I don't know that they do that anymore. I think they do. We'll see. They do. And I had 1.6 to Vettel. But Robert, I need you to get the heck out of the way. That was not really getting the heck out of the way, but all right.
Lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Vettel gets through in an easy place, of course. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He gets blocked as well. Boy. Their blue flag coding is awful. It's worse than the first season of Codelanders. That reference is for you old-timers out there. Alright, we can breathe. We can breathe. Don't breathe too much. We got this. We've got this. Oh boy.
Absolutely awesome. Just amazing. Well done.
Oh boy. That was close.
Another excellent win from Ferrari. And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
Alrighty.
So
How does it
let's
look?
review the driver's standings.
How does
the
it
gap
look?
at the top of the championship has been cut down after a
13.
difficult race today for our championship leader. After an incredible
Could have
day
been
of
12.
racing, who was your driver
Could have been
of the
12.
day, Ant?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out on the track today, even by his standards.
So then, Ferrari have now moved out of sight and out of reach.
We know that.
It's another triumph.
We
for the
already knew
Italian
that.
team as they claim the World Constructors' Championship. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more
17-2.
exciting Formula One action soon.
I don't know what he did. I guess he went, medium, soft? Possibly. Who knows? Who knows what he did? But he stole a fast lap from us. That's all I know. Let's look at some highlights. Oh, man. I'm tense. I hurt. My voice hurts. Everything hurts. But I guess it was worth it. I guess it was worth it. I was at max aggression here at the start. Because, yeah, it was not a great getaway for me. It was a good start, but the traffic didn't work in my favor. So I had a lot of cars to get around and not a lot of time to do it. Was the single worth it? I'm not sure. I think it probably, in the end, would have been an easier win if I had pit twice. But I liked being in the lead, especially as we were facing some rain. It's real important to have pit priority. And there he goes. And there we go, off to fight for our lives by ourselves. Repeating textures. Certainly had some fights. Trying to fight these cars on softs while I was on mediums was real special. I don't know what's going to be shown from here. It was kind of just ticking away the laps. There wasn't actually a lot of wheel to wheel. It just ended up being close. In Park for May, my car had wing damage, but I don't see it here. Or maybe that was Vettel's car that had damage. There's just a little chip out of the front. Thud. I knew I was going to do that eventually. Oh, that's probably where the damage came from, right? I was just talking about that. Yep, I see it. There's a little chunk missing. Well, it didn't look like the ending was very exciting in highlights, but I guarantee you it was. Thanks as always for watching. I'll see you next time.